My name is Paul Zube, and this is my Bulldog story. So I grew up outside of Binghamton, New York, and I actually took the Michigan hand map and flipped it on its side so I can show people. So if this is New York, take Michigan, make it into New York. Here's New York City. I'm from here. One of the big things that is distinguishing about me in my youth is I drove go-karts and then eventually started driving race cars as my profession. So from the age of 8 on, that was an important part of kind of my development. It actually became a fighting point between my mom and I when it came to go to college, and my mom won that out. So I went to college, but I was still actually a semi-professional to professional athlete during my college years as well. I got to race at Watkins Glen, which is a famous racetrack that was also my home track. It was only about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where I grew up. So since I was 2, my dad had been taking me there. Right out of college, I was continuing my racing career. So a lot of the work that I did, surprising to people, was not just drive cars. I then also went to graduate school to get a master's degree in communication, and I did that at SUNY Albany as well. And then once I finished that, I went to Michigan State to work on my doctoral work. When I first started at Ferris State University, I primarily had our public speaking classes, which was exciting because seeing students overcome barriers that they didn't think that they would be able to overcome. And I feel teaching public speaking gives me a lot of opportunities to do this. I actually tell my students this very often. There's lots of really difficult fields out there, but ultimately in my mind, all of them are easier compared to this very difficult process that people do to interact with other people. I now teach our communication research methods because I'm an active researcher, and so it's great being able to work with students on their research projects to help them be able to autonomously find out answers to questions that they have. And I also get to teach an upper level speech class at this point, which is a little more focused on you, the student, being an expert, and then being able to convey your expertise to people who might not be experts. So I've got to now teach a diversity of classes here at Ferris. I get to do that. I get to work with a whole bunch of faculty members to help do what we call faculty governance here. So I'm a member of Academic Senate, and we get to work with colleagues across this campus to help make curriculum better, have our programs develop. That I also get to do within my own program of, how can we make the field of communication more appealing or resonate more or help more students. Thing that I would add that kind of fleshes out my Bulldog story is how much I enjoy being at Ferris State University. I've met some fantastic people. I have a ton of former students now that I still stay in touch with, and they are off doing great things. I'm happy to do the little bit that I can to help this university match our founders' visions.